All right, so first off, I'm going to thank the family and friends for coming here to support you gentlemen. More importantly, though, I'm going to thank the 4 of you standing in front of me. And the reason I'm thanking you is because this is an all-volunteer force. Nobody made you join the Navy, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're going to have to start using words. You are all part of the Navy now. There is no more whispering. So I'm going to ask again. Nobody made you join the Navy, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, might have been highly encouraged by family or friends, but ultimately it was your decision to join, so I thank you for that. The Navy cannot do what it does without men like you that decide to step up to the plate, be something bigger and better than themselves, and to serve this great nation. So once again, thank you. There are a lot of different reasons that people decide to join the service, the Navy. I'm about to ask you each individually exactly why you decided to join, because as long as that is your reason and nobody else's, it is 100% the right reason, all right? So why'd you join?
To travel, sir.
Oh.
See the world.
Oh.
College travel and get some money.
Oh.
College travel.
Oh, all right. As long as that's your reason once again and nobody else's, 100% the right reason. Trust me, I have heard everything you can possibly think of under the sun in this room on why people decide to join the service. Get away from their parents. Get out of their parents' house. Travel the world. Meet new people. Pay for school. Gain citizenship. Something they've always wanted to do. The benefits. The challenge. Family tradition and lineage is a big one. Serve my country is obviously another large one. And then every week I get 1 or 2 people that tell me I joined strictly because I want to shoot at people and blow stuff up, which is also perfectly fine. Understand though, in all the services, Navy included, we do not arbitrarily go around shooting at people or blowing stuff up. But you gentlemen might be afforded the opportunity to go to combat. And then while there, be placed in a position where you have to do something like that. So please understand that, all right? So who do I have? I have one of you going to basic training today, correct? Nobody's going to basic today? All of you are going. They told me I only had 1 shipping, so I apologize. All right? So, not long after you get to basic training, you're going to have something in common with everyone else. Any ideas what that's going to be?
Role in the Navy.
That's definitely true. Normally it's not because I have other services, but you're correct. Not what I was looking for, though. Anything else? That doesn't mean don't answer again. You can answer. All right, so bear with me. It's going to be a feeling. That feeling is going to be hatred. And I know that sounds very weird, but it is for a particular person. Any ideas who that person is? Yes, it's for that drill instructor. There's a reason behind it. Because when you show up to basic training, you might have nothing in common with anyone else. You might not like the same movies, the same clothes, the same music as everyone else at basic training. So you're going to make sure that you have something in common. And that's the hatred for that drill instructor. When you have something in common, what does it do?
Bonds you together.
Exactly. Bonds you together, brings you together to overcome whatever that obstacle is in front of you. In this case, that drill instructor. I need you all to understand something. Your drill instructor, he or she, is an actual person. They have family, friends, feelings, just as you do, and it is not their job to make your life miserable. All right, now with that being said, we can move it out of the way. Because basic training is not going to be all sunshine and roses. You are going to be pushed to what you believe are your limits. I will tell you right now, you gentlemen have no idea what you are capable of at this point. So I want you all to do me a favor. In your mind, I want you to take whatever you believe is your max potential, your glass ceiling, all you're capable of. I want you to take that right now in your mind. I want you to ball it up, and I want you to throw it away. Because as long as you get rid of that mindset, you continue to drive on, push through, and never quit. Not only while you're at basic training, but while you're serving in your unit, no matter where you are in the world, you will surprise yourself on a daily basis. I can promise you one thing regarding your drill instructor. On one day and one day only, can I promise you they're going to smile on your face, shake your hand, tell you that they're proud of you, and most likely thank you. You know what day that is?
Graduation day.
Exactly, graduation day. If you get a smile, a smirk, a thank you, and I'm proud of you any other day than graduation day, consider yourself a lucky man. Because normally that does not happen. On that day, you also will most likely thank your drill instructor. You probably don't believe me now. I'm 100% sure you won't believe me this afternoon when you get off that bus and meet them for the first time. You probably won't believe me throughout basic training, and you might not even believe me on graduation day until it comes out of your mouth. But you most likely will thank them. The other words that you're going to use throughout basic training, my assumption is they're not going to be thank you, so my piece of advice, don't say anything loud enough for anybody else to hear. It's going to be a bad day for everybody. All right? So I'm going to ask a favor of you gentlemen. Have you been to my ceremonies before?
Yes, sir.
You have in a shipping ceremony before?
I'm not shipping.
Okay. No, just fine. If ceremony. You remember what I told you I was going to ask you the day you came back to ship out?
No, sir.
Yeah, you weren't listening. All right, so I say it every time. I ask that no matter what happens when you go to basic training and while you're serving in your unit, no matter where you are in the world, I ask that you never quit. You remember that?
I do remember that.
Okay. All right, so the reason I'm asking that you never quit, as of today, it is no longer about you as an individual. You are now part of bigger and better teams. And although you are all Navy, that is the team of the Navy, but the team of the military as a whole. And you're going to have people to your left and to your right, and they're going to be depending on you. Brothers and sisters in arms. For all 4 of you, they're called shipmates. All right? Once again, brothers and sisters in arms. Get rid of the in arms piece. Because they're going to be your brothers and sisters. They are going to be your family. Do you have siblings?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. If you have siblings, then you already know. Siblings know how to get on our last possible nerve. They know how to irritate us, how to push buttons. What we forget about them sometimes is that on the other end of that spectrum, they also know how to motivate us, how to raise our spirits and drive us forward. Your shipmates will be able to do exactly that. When you step off going to basic training this afternoon, at some point in time at basic, you're going to be around them so much that they will get on your last possible nerve, and you won't want to be around them at all. But then there's going to come a day that you feel like you're down, a day that you feel like you just cannot make it, that it's going to be those shipmates that are there to pick you up and push you to get through whatever mission or task that you have ahead of you. Some point in time, they will have that down day. And just as you depended on them, they will be looking to the left or to the right, depending on one of you gentlemen, to help motivate them. So this is why I'm asking that you never quit. No longer about you as the individual. Now it's about the bigger and the better team. Right? So the other thing about basic training, when you show up, you are going to hear the Navy is going to make fun of other services. So the Navy is going to make fun of the Army. We make fun of the Marine Corps, and every service makes fun of the Air Force. Right? I say that as a joke. Understand, you cannot do what you do in your particular service without the other services doing their job. So the Navy can't do what they do out at sea if it wasn't for the Marine Corps providing security and assistance out at sea, the Air Force assisting in the skies, and the Army doing what we do on the ground. Every service supports and defends the other services. Each service is a link. Links by themselves do not do very much, but when you combine them, they make chains, and chains are very strong. But if there's a link that's broken in that chain is absolutely worthless. I won't be able to stop it. You will see exactly what I'm talking about, and you all will probably make fun of other services. But as long as you remember that those are still your brothers and sisters in arms, and you'll still fight for them just as you would your own family, just as you would your own service, you are going to be in good hands. All right? So the last thing I'm going to hit, Hooyah. You heard it before?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You know what it means?
Yes, sir.
All right, we don't have to use our voices. This whispering stuff ain't going to work no more. All right, so every service has their own way of doing it. The Army and the Air Force use HOL, the Marine Corps uses Hoorah, and the Navy uses Hooyah. Every service says a little bit differently, but stands for the same thing. It is an acronym. It stands for heard, understood, acknowledged. That is what it actually means. But I'm going to give you another way to remember it, an easy way to remember it. Everything but no. The one thing it does not stand for is no. So I'm telling you for two reasons. First reason, when you go to basic training and while you're serving in your unit, no matter where you are in the world, I promise you without a doubt in my mind, you will hear it. And at some point in your time, in your career, most likely repeat it. Second and most important reason, at the end of the ceremony, you are going to sound off with it. Do you know what sound off means?
Yes, sir.
What does it mean?
It means to repeat.
To repeat what? I'm looking for one word after that. What does sound off mean? Sound off means get loud. You all know the military is loud, correct?
Yes, sir.
It doesn't sound like it because I'm louder than the four of you. You all know the military is loud, correct?
Yes, sir.
I think we can get louder than that. You all know the military is loud, correct?
Yes, sir.
There you go. We are loud in the military for very particular reasons. For people who have not been in the military or around the military, some of them believe that we are allowed to be obnoxious, or just loud because we want to be. That is not the case. I'm going to give you gentlemen two reasons why you should be loud. But before I give you those reasons, I'm going to ask you another question. And I want you to answer honestly. Do you believe that there's a single vehicle, vessel, aircraft, or weapon system in the military that is quiet?
No, sir.
No, sir.
There's only one thing that's quiet in the military. Any ideas what that is?
Breathing.
That's definitely not. Run 12 miles. See how quiet that is. The only thing that's quiet in the military are things that do not work. The things that they say are quiet relative to something else that is extremely loud. So the reason I'm telling you this, if you're around those vehicles, vessels, aircraft, weapon systems, someone's giving you an order, they have to be loud enough that you can hear them. You have to be loud enough to acknowledge those orders where they can hear you. First reason I'm giving why you should be loud. The second reason, you gentlemen should just be proud to serve. What you are getting ready to do, raising your right hand and enlisting into the armed forces, the Navy, not everyone can do, not everyone wants to do. All the freedoms that go on outside of this building throughout the state of Oklahoma, throughout the country, with people waking up, going to summer school, going to work, taking kids to daycare, whatever they're doing, you all are about to start protecting those freedoms. And that's not an easy job, nor is it a job to be taken lightly. So with that being said, we're going to kick this ceremony off. I got a couple more questions I'm going to ask you. You answer yes, sir, or no, sir, is appropriate, and we will proceed with this ceremony. Have you been briefed on it? Do you understand the DoD applicant briefing on separation policy and restrictions on personal conduct in the armed forces in UCMJ's Articles 83, 85, and 86?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions, reservations, or reluctance to enlisting at this time?
No, sir.
Beginning of the oath starts off with I. State your full name. Do solemnly swear or affirm. Does anybody have any issues swearing?
No, sir.
No, sir.
All right. Are you gentlemen ready to get out of here?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Are you ready to go to basic training?
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Are you ready to get paid?
Yes, sir.
Is anybody tired?
Nope.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yeah, a little delayed action. If you are tired, even if you said you're not, if you are tired right now, get ready. Because you're going to be in for a rude awakening starting tomorrow morning. What time did you wake up this morning?
4 o'clock.
Is that early? A little bit? All right, well, the average time that you're going to be awake at basic training is anywhere between 4 and 4:30. You're going to be up and moving until approximately 2,200 hours, which is 9 or 10 o'clock at night for those that do not know. And now I'm going to throw a wrench in there. There are no naps in the middle of the day. You will be up and moving the entire time. Right? Basic training is not going to be easy. I'm not going to stand in front of you and lie to you. But the bonds and relationships that you're going to form with those shipmates is like nothing you've ever had before. There will be friendships that are there for life, well after the military is long and gone, because I don't care who you are. At some point in time, you have to separate yourself from the military. I wish you gentlemen the very best of luck throughout basic training and throughout your military careers, and hopefully I will have the opportunity to serve next to you gentlemen at some point in time. So with that being said, we're going to kick this ceremony off. Listen up. Group of hands, huh! Go ahead and raise your right hand, and I want you to repeat after me. I state your full name. Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
and that I will obey
and that I will obey
the orders of the President
the orders of the President
of the United States
of the United States
and the orders
and the orders
of the officers appointed over me,
of the officers appointed over me,
according to regulations
according to regulations
and the Uniform Code
and the Uniform Code
of Military Justice.
of military justice.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Go ahead and lower your right hands for me. Commander Fallout, you four are going to do two things for me. The first thing that I want you to do is sound off as loud. I repeat, as loud as you possibly can with that hoo-yah. And then I want you to give yourselves a round of applause. Fallout! Loud enough. We're going to go back to attention. We're going to do it again. Group of hands, huh! On the Commander Fallout, you are going to give me a hoo-yah as loud as you possibly can. I don't care about anybody else in this building but the four of you in this room. So I want everyone on the third floor to hear you. Can you do that for me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It doesn't sound like. Can you do that for me?
Yes, sir.
Commander Fallout. Fallout!
Booyah!
There you go. Congratulations, gentlemen. So I want to personally congratulate each one of you because, as I stated earlier, nobody made you join the Navy. Nobody made you join the Navy. Nobody made you join the Navy, and nobody made you join the Navy. Once again, you gentlemen took it upon yourselves to be something bigger and better than yourself and to serve this great nation, and I'm personally thanking you for that. Who has family in this room? Everybody, you don't have family in this room? Do you want to take a reenactment photo?
No.
You don't? You sure?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to have you go through that back door. I have a scene in the room for me. You three, because you have family, you are taking reenactment photos. It's not